It appears that the market is ready to break out of its trading range. I don't like to predict the future ever. It's a futile game to play. It doesn't make money. But right now it looks like everything's good. As you can see, we're making higher lows on the short term. If we can get above this 325 high a day, our model will return to a buy mode. Excuse me, on the Nasdaq. Now, what's kind of crazy about all this is, despite today's price gains, the MACD is actually re-rolling over below its moving average, and TSV doesn't look that bullish either. Also, stochastics continues to move lower, but we can see RSI is building out a base here around mid-level, mid-range of, so it's not overbought, oversold. So overall, we're actually continuing to get more oversold despite us looking like we want to break out. So, man, if we do resolve higher, that can be very, very, very great for our portfolio, as we are basically fully long on leverage in the margin accounts, and we have 6 new long positions tonight. And if you didn't have anything invested, and let's say you were only 40% invested, I can get you 100% invested tonight with all the other longs we didn't take. But the bottom line is, the Nasdaq looks great. Volume was higher than the day before. NYSE, you can see volume jumped on that one. S&P 500 volume expanded, and once again, TSV and MACD, nothing too bullish about that, actually getting more oversold with stochastics. RSI around mid-range. The Russell 2000 also very, very strong day, inches away from changing to buy mode. 1262.71 is the close. The 325 high is 1265.85. So it's just about 3 points and 14 cents away from changing there. Also, as you can see, this index is a little bit more bullish, kind of pulling back short term, but still trending nicely, showing that overbought can stay overbought, as the Russell 2000 is the strongest index out there. There were a couple of sells today, artificial. Even intraday, I got stopped out of EW as it hit my first sell stop, which was below here. The next one's way back here, so I don't have to worry about it. But whatever, it didn't reverse today, so I really don't care because there's too many long positions. But intraday, H&T also hit. I got sold out of 50% of it with it closing below these lows. It's just showing too much relative strength weakness on the short term. But on an end of day basis, with it confirming the close below the 20-day moving average, not shown here, it's a 25% sell signal. My final cut loss is right here on H&T. But overall, still is good. A close below the 50-day moving average is going to be anywhere from a 50 to 75% sell and heavier volume. But half of my H&T is gone, but on an end of day basis, it's 25%. BIS actually moved below the intraday low here of 32.65. So 32.64 is where I was sold out of BIS, out of half my position. The other half of the hedge is going to remain on till here, but I don't even know if I want to do that anymore. So what I think I'm going to do is, another half of this hedge is coming off with a move below 32.39. So 32.38, another half will come off, and then we'll go ahead and use 29.18 as the final sell stop level for the hedge. But there's too many good looking biotech stocks tonight. And then one other partial sell, ANGO, 25% sell with this heavy volume sell off below the 50-day moving average on above average volume in red bot. I would use these lows right here as your final sell stop level, or these lows. Remember, we added back with this move here. I was taken out already, so I'm not in ANGO anymore. But on an end-of-day basis, it's still a hold. But if ANGO goes below here or here, depending on your risk tolerance, it is a full sell. Now, here's all the possible longs that we're not taking. CCF, that's a pretty damn good signal. WETF, same thing. ESCA, similar situation. INSY, yep. DLTR, look at all these stocks. VICR, what a beautiful looking base on base pattern forming here. I would have gone long this stock, but it only showed up in my price volume scan, and if it does that, I need to see BOP explode higher and volume explode higher, and we really don't have that here, so VICR is a pass. AXN in the Maxstream BOP scan, pocket pivot point signal, beautiful, beautiful. AKRX off the 50-day moving average would have been a buy, but it's no longer in either one of my perfect speculator scans, so it was a pass. STMP, very nice, base isn't long enough. MFRM, don't like the choppy price action, but what a nice move. JetBlue, CanSlim quality, breaking out. AFOP, breaking out. STRP, breaking out. EBIX, breaking out. So tons of potential long positions in all of these that I'm not taking. What I am taking, though, is quite a bit, and we'll start off with the 5 percenters. Mallinckrodt PLC, 5% long position. This is a CanSlim quality stock and a perfect speculator scan quality stock. Also confirmed in the price volume BOP scan. CACC is a CanSlim quality name and a pre-perfect speculator CanSlim quality name. That confirmation makes it a 5% position. GBX is also a CanSlim quality name and a pre-perfect speculator scan qualifier. And it was also in the price volume BOP scan, so that's confirmation there. So that's another 5% or so. MNK, GBX, CAC, 5%. ANIP will be a CanSlim quality stock next quarter. Right now it just misses it, but huge growth. It's in my perfect speculator scan. Looks like it wants to break out of this base. I knew I should have went long on the 1st of April. 4 days later, 9% later. Now I guess I'll go ahead and join in on the party, but it's only a 2.5% position because it's just a perfect speculator scan stock. CLVS is also a perfect speculator scan quality stock, confirming its price gap up move yesterday, retake of the 50-day moving average. Beautiful price action today, very low risk if we're wrong, 2.5% position. And then FRSH, CanSlim quality stock, that was also in my Max Green BOP scan. I don't think it was in my 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, I don't think it quite made the 20-day BOP scan, but FRSH was CanSlim quality, some big growth for a restaurant stock, and it was confirmed in the Max Green BOP scan, so it has to be taken 2.5%. Now, if your account's low in cash, that's all I recommend doing is those 6, but there's also some speculative trades and some beautiful stocks that I would rather be proven wrong on once again. I mean, look at CCO. Isn't that great? Wonderful. So we go long on the 1st. Should have worked. With that chart pattern, should work immediately. Boom. Fails for us. Intraday, we get fully stopped out the very next day, and it loses its green BOP. The next day, huge price move. Huge volume surge, and BOP goes to Max Green. Absolutely beautiful. The problem is price finished too far off the high a day for me, and with all the new long signals, I didn't put what we normally do as a buy stop. So once you get fully taken out of a stock, once it then looks like, oh, I want to rebuy it now with that move. So right here, CCO makes this move, okay? So the rebuy point now becomes for you either 10.20 or for me 10.25, 1 cent above our previous signal date's closing price. So once this thing crosses 10.25, I'm long, and we should be long now, and it's up 10% in one day today. Whatever, it happens, but if you use that methodology, it works. You could also use that for Plus, for instance. Plus is now long signal would be at 88.43 since we're fully stopped out. For Musa, for instance, it would be right here at 73.48 since we got stopped out of 25% of that position, which technically on a day basis none, but that's just an example I'm giving. H&T, I don't even know what that, nothing, because that's not a new recent long. But we're going to go ahead and go long Kala, 1% of the account capital. If you want to go ahead and take it, I would never do more than 1% in a stock like this. But that's a beautiful chart pattern in Kala. It's kind of hot in some of the momentum chat rooms, so it's definitely one to take. It's a biotech. And then DRRX, a drug-related stock, very hot chart. Pocket pivot point signal. This one was confirmed in the price volume BOP scan. Was it also in both BOP? 1, 2, hold on, I got to make it bigger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Definitely. So it was not only in my BOP 5 days Max Green BOP scan, but it was also my BOP Green 20 days scan. So double confirmation with the price volume surge scan means I got to go long this itty bitty stock and risk being wrong rather than not taking it. And then the last speculative position, only 1% of the account, is VLTC. Carl Icahn, a billionaire, has taken a majority stake, or a big position, I'm not sure if it's majority, my apologies, but a large position in this quote-quote penny stock. And unfortunately, we were going to go long here. My limit would have been 270 anyway. The thing opened up at 275 and proceeded to run up almost 65% following our long signal in just one day. But it's reconsolidating here again, and it's worth taking a position in case it wants to run further. I still think that before we end up going to bear market, we've got to go parabolic. A lot of stock, I mean, China is looking absolutely ridiculous now. I mean, this is the definition of a market. I mean, this is insane. This is crazier than 2000 NASDAQ. But it can get a lot worse. This thing could go from 3,994 to 5,000 very quickly. That's what the NASDAQ did in 2000. So we'll see if Shanghai, the Shanghai SE Composite, can do that. But the Chinese stock market off these lows in 2014 is up 100%. An index, a market index, is up 100% in 1 year. That's insane. Very, 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 very rare you will ever see that in your lifetime, and we're in the middle of it. So I still think that hopefully we can go parabolic before this thing ends. That would be amazing for our portfolio. But if we do or don't, it doesn't matter. But on the short term, it looks like it's time to move higher. We'll see.